Well, Paul, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to me, and little client testimonial time here. First question from me is, and I know we've been working now, we're about to start month number 3. Think back to a few months back when we first started talking about this. What prompted you? What sparked inside you that said, I need to do something for my health to get myself to create a better version of myself?
Well, when I went to my doctor's office back in August, I noticed that, when I got weighed on the scale, I was almost 220 pounds. I was 218. And I'm 6'2", so that's not way out of line, but it had been more than what I had been previously. When I was running marathons, and I stopped that about 6 years ago, I was generally around the 185 to 190 range. And then, this marathon, it's got to be a grind, and I decided to take off from that and just kind of lessen that. And I had gained a little weight because I was obviously just eating I was eating for someone who was maybe running 30 or 40 miles a week when I was only running 15. So, I decided I wanted to make some positive change. And then, obviously I'd known you from years ago in college. And then I saw your Facebook page about how you are a personal trainer and someone involved in the fitness industry. So we just got to talking, and you said, hey, I can come up with a plan. And I just said, hey, let's do it.
What were you anticipating when we first started talking? Did you have an idea in your mind as to what you were anticipating, and how is that what we've done for the first couple months so far? How has that lived up to your expectations?
Well, I was anticipating a better fitness level, and that has happened. I can attest, at least after 2 months of working, obviously I feel healthier. I'm doing more reps. I'm doing a little more resistance. I'm doing faster runs. I can see at least marginal improvement in a whole range of areas. The one thing that the one thing that obviously I was not really considering much at all was the nutrition aspect of it all. And that's where your expertise really came in to be very valuable, in that by just making some slight modifications to your diet, getting in more protein, for instance, and a little less carbs or a little less fat, it has improved just my health overall, and just improved my ability to do these better workouts by having just better food.
Well, first off, tell everyone how much weight you've lost already, and just how much, what you've been able to accomplish over these first couple of months.
Well, in the first 2 months, I've lost, when I weighed myself the first day, I was about 212, and now I'm about 202. So that included all the holidays in December. I started December 1st. It's now towards the back end of January. So yeah, I've lost about 10 pounds in 2 months. Now, again, that may not be everybody's situation. And as you said, there may be some weeks you don't lose anything at all, and other weeks you'll lose 2 or 3 pounds. One week you may gain a pound. So it's not a linear kind of loss, but if people are patient, and if they stick with, some of the programs, I'm sure everyone's going to look for different things. But if you're patient and you're willing to stick with a program long-term over a 6-month or a year period, you're going to have the results that you want.
What are the things about this program that you've found, the aspects of it that you've really grown to enjoy and really feel like are working for you?
Well, the one thing that's really good is just having a plan every week, where I was exercising 6 days a week. I would do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the gym, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday runs. And, obviously some weeks, depending on what my schedule was like, I would maybe have to move some things around and do gym back-to-back days, or do runs back-to-back days. Or if I had a little extra time, I may put in an extra run here or there. But just the most important aspect was just being consistent and doing it every day. Just having a plan for that day, where I said to myself, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go at this time, and this is the plan I have. It's going to take me an hour, hour and a half. And it gets, once you start going and you start doing it 6 days a week, it's a lot easier to stay in shape than to get in shape. So once you start a program and you're getting consistent with it, and you're getting results with it. It's a lot easier to keep it going than to be stopping and starting all the time and just having kind of inconsistencies. So my only recommendation, obviously there's a lot of people out there that may not be able to do it 6 days a week, but if you can do something 3 days a week, just consistently do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, just whatever days work for you, just get it, do it as consistently as you can, and you will see results.
I know one of the things we talk about a lot, and I talk with all my clients, and it's the most important aspect for me, because without this, the rest of it really doesn't fall into place, and that's mindset. What have you noticed about your own mindset shift over these past couple of months?
Well, the one thing that I'm generally pretty good at is if someone gives me a task to do and the instructions to do it, I can do it. And that was just kind of what the push I needed was, all right, I had a goal. I just needed to kind of find the steps to go from A to B to C to D to get there. And your program provided those steps. So as far as my mindset is concerned, it just is one of those things is once you start to see good results, you want to continue to get good results. And you realize that everything you're doing is working, then let's keep doing it. What's the old saying? One of the signs of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and never changing the results. If you want different results, well, if you want different results, sometimes the best thing is to change what you're doing, but what the new thing you're doing, just keep doing it. If you're getting good results, keep doing what you're doing. And, it's going to end up being very good in the long run.
And finally,
it's been for me so far.
Absolutely. And I can attest to that because I've seen it. I think I mentioned it not long ago about just looking at your progress photos, the difference just in your face, in your face alone, you could tell there was a definite shift in the right direction. One final question. I know there's plenty of people out there. I was one of them many years ago, sitting on the fence. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I, pay for a trainer? Should I invest? All that. And I always believe it's investing in yourself, but however people look at it, if someone were to come to you and say, all right, I see you're getting great results. Who's your trainer and what about him and his program really works for you? Why would it work for me? What would you tell them?
Well, what I'd tell them is, first thing is that you have to be serious, because that's the most important thing is that, again, if you're serious about getting healthier, then there's going to be lots of options and lots of ways in order to do that. Obviously, it's a situation where I really have not changed my diet that much. What I've done is, again, instead of having that ice cream every other day, you're having it once a week. So again, what I would tell anyone is that you're not going to have to really make, you're not going to have to cut out all the sugar that everyone says, oh, I cut out all the sugar and now I'm doing great. Well, that's not realistic for a lot of people. So you don't have to go drastically overboard, but what you just have to do is you have to, again, instead of having a cheat day, have a cheat meal. Instead of having, if you're struggling one day, again, if you miss a workout, don't miss the next one. That's one of the keys. If you miss a run, if you miss a workout, whatever, don't miss the next one. So just be really consistent and be serious. And again, what I would tell anyone about if they were interested in Fernandez Fit is that if you're willing to do the work and you're willing to make the time, it's going to work. It's just, again, you got to be willing. It's up to you. It's up to them. We all go through life. We all have choices every day. And if you're willing to make the right choice consistently, the vast majority of the time, things are going to go well for you. And if you need help in discovering what those right choices are and in just kind of figuring out the best way to go about it, that's where Victor can come in, because you obviously have a lot of expertise with over 10 years experience in this field, whereas a lot of people just don't have the time or maybe the will to really do a lot of the research, but they're willing to do the work. And that's kind of my situation. I'm not going to be a personal trainer, but I am willing to work with one to maybe get better results. And the important thing too, that you're probably not going to get at the personal trainers at the gym you go to, is the one thing Victor will be able to provide for all of you, all the folks out there, is he'll be able to provide you serious nutritional information in terms of just getting, you know, with the apps and the calorie intake per day and the macros and the nutrients and your vitamins and all that stuff. And that is going to make, again, if you go into just the gym and working with a trainer there, that's good. But that the nutritional information will probably put you over the top in terms of really achieving the best results over a 6-month or a 12-month period.